Ms. Iza Ahmed, MPA, please.
Assalamu alaikum, and thank you to my respected Speaker Sahiba and my fellow members for giving me the opportunity to speak on this issue. My issue is of polio, which is endemic only to two countries currently, Pakistan and Afghanistan.
Rise on your seat.
With cases as recently as November 8th. Now, this is due to several factors which include a lack of education about the vaccine, a fear of its adverse effects, sanitation and healthcare, and distance to the vaccination facility. This means there is a need for the interference of the government to provide the people with education and to provide the people with immunization. Now my question is, for the Department of Health and the Minister of Health, why does polio persist in remote areas of KP? And what measures have been taken, if any, to prevent its spread and provide immunization to our children? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Iza Ahmed. Honorable Minister for Health, please respond. Please turn on the mic for Health Minister.
Honorable Speaker Saiba and esteemed members of the Assembly, as a response, I would like to address to all of you that the government recognizes the urge needed to eliminate the polio virus and polio outbreak within the province of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. With that, I would also like to give you some measures we have taken as the government to stop this outbreak. The first initiative we have taken is the national immunization campaigns. Khyber Pakhtunkhwa has been a significant focus of national efforts to eliminate the polio virus. We have conducted multiple rounds of nationwide immunization campaigns. For example, in 2023 alone, we successfully vaccinated over 3.5 million children under the age of 5 during our vaccination drives. Number two, the second initiative we taken was the increased surveillance and monitoring. We have not only strengthened our surveillance systems, but also our monitoring teams are active in reporting and addressing any new outbreaks related to the polio outbreak. Number two, you have the enhanced vaccination strategies that are divided into two factions. The first is the mobile vaccination teams that reach remote areas and rural areas so that no child is left unvaccinated. Number two, we have the implementation of door-to-door services to provide personalized education and to promote the vaccination directly to households. We also have collaborations with international organizations. To name a few, we have worked together with the World Health Organization alongside the UNICEF in order to not only do they provide us with technical support, but also help with the training of healthcare professionals. Lastly, I would like to say that our efforts did bore fruit, and also in 2023, KPK reported 12 confirmed cases of polio. However, we remain committed to our goal, and our vaccination coverage has increased to approximately 95%. I hope that answers your query. Thank you.
Thank you, Honourables. Thank you, Honourable Minister Saiba. Honourable Member, does that answer your question? Are you satisfied?
I'm satisfied with the answer. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question, question number 102 of Mr. Hasham Gandapur, MPA. Mr. Hasham Gandapur, MPA, please.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Muhtarama Speaker Sahiba, mata tasu ichi ijazat rakazai tasu der shukr guzari. Ticharang tasu ta malum da de mush sube che 46% de کورنیو چې خوراک شا کمی ده دې کمی د لاسه د ماشومانو نه صرف ذهني او جسماني نشونما درېږي بلکې تعلیمي کارکردګي هم خرابېږي لهذا زه د وزیر صحت نه دا سوال کوم چې تاسو د غذایي قلت ختمولو دپاره څه اقدامات اخیستلي دي ډېره مهرباني
Honourable Minister for Health, please respond.
Honourable Speaker Saiba and esteemed members of the Assembly, as a response to the questions regarding malnutrition, I would like to say our government has taken various steps. The first initiative we have taken is a provincial nutrition strategy. We have implemented a provincial nutrition strategy since 2019 with the ambitious goal to reduce stunting from 40% to 30% amongst children under the age of 5 by the year 2025. This strategy is designed to enhance the overall nutritious status of our children. The second step we have taken, our government has established a national program for family nutrition, which provides essential nutritional support to pregnant women as well as young children. In 2022 alone, we successfully reached approximately 600,000 children with vital supplementary feeding services. Alongside with that, through the community-based management for acute malnutrition program, we treated over 200,000 children suffering from acute malnutrition across the province. We've also strengthened our health infrastructure to better serve our communities. We have improved around 1,200 health facilities. Furthermore, we have also trained over 5,000 healthcare workers in malnutrition management, equipping them with the necessary skills to address this critical issue effectively. Vitamin A, iron, and zinc supplementation programs are also carried out. This year alone, we have reached over 3 million children with vitamin A supplements. I hope the Honourable Speaker, the Government of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa is determined to ensure that no child suffers from malnutrition and no child gets left behind. We will continue to work tirelessly and also use all of our resources to provide every child with the opportunity to grow, thrive, and reach their full potential. I hope that answers your query. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister Sahiba. Honourable Member, does that satisfy you?
جناب سپیکر زه دو جواب نه مطمئن خو یم خو بس ما دونه یو دا درخواسته چې دې حل کولو دپاره د خپل اقدامات ترې نور هم تیز کړي چې داسې د مسله زر زر ختم شي. ډېره مهرباني.
Question number 103 of Mr. Sajjad MPA. Mr. Sajjad MPA, please.
Honorable Speaker and respected senior citizens and esteemed audience, Assalamu alaikum. My question is from the Minister of Social Welfare, that according to UNICEF and UNESCO, 300,000 children with disabilities in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa face barriers to education. Only 1 in 5 children with disabilities is getting education, meaning that a significant majority are out of school due to lack of specialized education services, infrastructure, and lack of availability of trained teachers. How can the government say that we had built inclusive schools and taken the initiatives for special students when a significant majority are still out of schools?
Honourable Minister for Social Welfare, respond please.
Honourable Speaker, respected member and esteemed colleagues, I appreciate the question raised as it highlights the important issue regarding education for children with disabilities in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Madam Speaker, allow me to address the concern in detail. It is true that approximately 0.3 million children with disabilities in KP face barriers to education, as identified by the reports of UNICEF and UNESCO. Only about 1 in 5 children with disabilities are currently enrolled in schools. The government has made significant steps for building a foundation for inclusive education, which includes pilot programs have been launched in several districts from partners like UNICEF to integrate children with disabilities into mainstream schools. These programs focus on capacity building for teachers, provision of assistive devices, and infrastructure upgrades. 35 special education schools are operational in KP, providing education and vocational training to children with disabilities. Over 1,000 teachers have been trained in special education. To address the gaps in reaching all children with disabilities, we are undertaking the following steps: expanding the pilot projects to cover more schools in urban, rural, and merged districts, allocating funds for ramps, accessible toilets, and specialized classrooms in all new schools construction. Thank you.
Honourable Member, are you satisfied with the response?
Yes, I am totally satisfied with the response of Minister.
Thank you. Question number 104 of Mr. Saad MPA. Mr. Saad MPA, please.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to talk. Will the Minister for Social Welfare state that what are the department plans to ensure a proper infrastructure for the children with disabilities in schools across the province, especially in remote areas? Thank you.
Honourable Minister for Social Welfare, respond please.
Honorable Speaker, we have developed comprehensive plans to ensure proper infrastructure for children with disabilities in schools across the province, including remote areas, establishing ramps, tactiles, and disability-friendly washrooms in public schools as a part of ongoing rehabilitation projects, retrofitting older school buildings to include accessible features in collaboration with local governments, plans to extend resources such as assistive technology and adapted classrooms to underdeveloped regions. All new school construction projects now include mandatory accessibility standards under the Provincial Education Improvement Program, establishing dedicated resources centered in rural districts to provide tailored support for children with disabilities, infrastructure development in schools in merged districts to bridge accessibility gaps, partnership with organizations like UNICEF and community groups to ensure rural schools are prioritized in infrastructure development. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister Saab. Honourable Member, are you satisfied with the Minister's response?
Yes, I am satisfied with the Minister's response.
Thank you. Moving on, question number 105 of Mr. Abiyar, MPA. Mr. Abiyar, MPA, please. Turn on Mr. Abiyar's mic, please.
औज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश्शैतानिर्रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम शुरू अल्लाह के नाम से जो बड़ा मेहरबान निहायत रहम फरमाने वाला है। मुअज़्ज़ज़ जनाब स्पीकर साहिबा और तमाम अरकान असम्बली को मैं सलाम पेश करता हूँ और साथ साथ जनाब स्पीकर साहिबा आपका बड़ा मशकूर हूँ कि आपने मुझे मौका दिया कि मैं अपने ज़िले के मसले के ऊपर बात कर सकूँ। जनाब स्पीकर साहिबा, मैं मोहम्मद अबियार अली ख़ान ज़िला डेरा इस्माइल ख़ान से ताल्लुक़ रखता हूँ, जो कि सूबा खैबर पख्तूनख्वा का तीसरा बड़ा ज़िला है। और मेरा सवाल मिनिस्टर सोशल वेलफेयर से है और वो ये है कि why is the percentage of child labor increasing with the time and what measures are taken by the government? इसका मतलब ये है जनाब स्पीकर साहिबा कि मैं सोशल वेलफेयर मिनिस्टर से ये कहना चाहता हूँ कि उन्होंने चाइल्ड लेबर के लिए ऐसे कौन से इक़दाम किए हैं जिनकी वजह से वो उसकी शरह कम होने की बनिस्बत वो इंक्रीज़ हो रही है, और इसके लिए हमारे पास चूँकि लॉ भी मौजूद है, तो मैं ये चाहता हूँ कि उन्होंने ऐसे कौन से उनकी क्या वजूहात हैं जिसकी वजह से ये डिक्रीज़ नहीं हो रही। शुक्रिया।
Thank you, MPA Saab. Honourable Minister for Social Welfare, respond please.
Honorable Speaker, I thank the distinguished member for raising the critical issue regarding child labor. The increase in child labor in certain regions can be attributed to several socio-economic factors: poverty, lack of access to education, cultural norms, and inadequate enforcement of laws. The measurements that are taken by my government is that the department conducts awareness campaigns targeting parents, communities, and employers about the harmful effects of child labor and the importance of education. We are working to enforce child labor laws more strictly, ensuring that violations are addressed promptly. The government is committed to enforcing the Employment of Children Act and other relevant labor laws. To address the root cause of child labor, the department is collaborating with the Education Department to improve access to free education, vocational training, and skill development programs for children in vulnerable areas. We are also prompting alternative school programs such as evening and non-formal education centers to accommodate working children. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister Saab. Honourable Member, are you satisfied with the Minister's response? Minister Saab का mic on कर दे.
जनाब स्पीकर साहिबा, मैं मिनिस्टर सोशल वेलफेयर की बड़ी कदर करता हूं, लेकिन उनके जवाब से मैं एक हद तक मुतफिक हूं, क्योंकि मैं उनको ये इसकी वजह भी बताना चाहता हूं कि मैं उनके जवाब से पूरा मुतफिक क्यों नहीं हूं। वो ये है कि वो जो काम कर रहे हैं वो तो ठीक है, लेकिन उन्होंने जो कमेटीज तश्कील दी हैं वो अपना फ़र्ज सही से अंजाम नहीं दे रही जनाब स्पीकर साहब। तो मेरी ये गुजारिश है उनसे कि वो इस चीज़ के ऊपर कमेटीज की चेक एंड बैलेंस रखने के लिए और सख्ती से रूल्स बनाए, ताकि वो अपना काम और फ़र्ज अच्छे तरीके से अंजाम दें, ताकि चाइल्ड लेबर की शरह कम हो और इस तरह हमारी कौम भी तरक्की पाएगी और हमारे जो मुस्तकबिल के आने वाले बच्चे हैं वो भी अपना किरदार पा सकें या बेहतरीन इंसान बन सके इस मुआशरे के, और वो भी हमारे आने वाले कल के रहनुमा होंगे और हमारे इस ऐवान के नुमाइंदगान होंगे। शुक्रिया।
Shukriya MPA Saab. Minister Saab, do you have anything to say about this?
Honorable Speaker, we are working closely with NGOs and international organizations to provide additional resources for tackling child labor. Children that are prevented from being sent to work. Honorable Speaker, while the problem of child labor remains a significant challenge, the government is determined to reduce it through a combination of legal, educational, and economic measures. We will continue our efforts to protect children from exploitation and to ensure they have access to education and a better future. Thank you.
Honorable Member, are you satisfied with the answer?
जनाब स्पीकर साहिबा, मैं सोशल वेलफेयर मिनिस्टर के जवाब से मुत्तफिक करता हूं और मैं ये उम्मीद करता हूं कि वो इस काम को अच्छे तरीके से सर अंजाम देंगे। शुक्रिया।
Next question. Question number 201 of Ms. Zahra Ali, MPA. Ms. Zahra Ali, MPA, please. That's me.
Assalamu alaikum, Muhtarama Speaker Sahiba. Today I'll be discussing an issue about how climate change affects children's education. Climate change is severely disrupting children's education as extreme weather events like floods, heat waves, and storms damage schools, displace families, and creates barriers to learning, leaving many children without stable and consistent education. Girls are often disproportionately affected by climate-induced disruptions to education. According to the UNICEF Pakistan report, for every 100 boys in KPs that attend school, there are only 65 girls enrolled, indicating a significant gender gap in education. The Pakistan Meteorological Department recorded temperatures above 40 degrees Celsius during the summer months, especially in 2021 and 2022. This extreme heat has contributed to increased school absenteeism, particularly in uncooled classrooms. I, as a representative of Swat, would like to state this issue that Swat regularly faces troubles due to climate change. It is increasingly vulnerable to the devastating impacts of climate change, with rising temperatures, erratic weather patterns, and frequent natural disasters, such as floods, landslides, and droughts, severely disrupting the lives of the residents, especially the children. The reasons for this 2022 floods were extreme rainfall and deforestation during the rainy season. My question from the Minister of Relief and Rehabilitation is that are there any laws passed by the Assembly to curb climate change? If yes, why are they not properly implemented, as Pakistan has become the 7th most vulnerable country in the world in terms of climate change effects? Thank you.
Honorable Minister for Relief and Rehabilitation, respond please.
Honorable Speaker and my esteemed Assembly members, I would like to say that several laws have been passed to curb climate change. The climate change policy in 2016 outlined key priorities. For example, water conservation, reducing greenhouse gas emissions by establishing hydroelectric and solar energy panels, and adapting to climate change by reducing vulnerability to natural disasters. PDMA has been pivotal in coordinating flood and drought management. In 2015, the KP government launched the Billion Tree Tsunami. According to this, up to 2020, more than 1 billion trees have been planted. This will sequester 8 million tons of carbon dioxide, and the KP forest cover has been increased from 19% to approximately 23%. In 2022, we passed another climate change policy. This once again prioritized disaster risk reduction, flood management, and resource conservation. In the post-2022 floods, about 150 kilometers of flood barriers were constructed, and early management systems were installed in government schools and other institutions. We see the effects of these policies as the loss of life and property was reduced by 30% in comparison to previous years. Thank you. I hope this answers your question.
Honorable Member, are you satisfied with the Minister's response?
Yes, I am satisfied. Thank you.
Question number 202 of Ms. Momina Khattak, MPA. Ms. Momina Khattak, MPA, please. MPA साहिबा का माइक ऑन कर दे.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for letting me talk about this today, Speaker Sahiba. I would like to talk about the issues that North Waziristan has faced. There have been devastating floods and earthquakes and conflicts and large-scale displacements. These issues have caused immense difficulties for the mental health of these students. It has caused high levels of PTSD, depression, and anxiety, which causes them to not be able to focus on school. When children are displaced, they often lose access to their previous schools, which may be destroyed or repurposed as shelters. My question is to the Minister of Elementary and Secondary Education, that is it true that during the last 10 years, schools in North and South Waziristan have been damaged during terrorist attacks as well as earthquakes, and what is the provincial government's plan for its repair and restoration? Thank you.
Thank you, MPA Sahiba. Honorable Minister for Relief, Rehabilitation and Settlement, respond please.
Honorable Speaker, esteemed members of the Assembly, I thank the Honorable Member for raising this critical issue. Yes, it is true that over the last decade, schools in North and South Waziristan have suffered significant damage due to both terrorist attacks and natural disasters, including earthquakes. The security situation in these areas caused by ongoing conflict has led to the destruction of educational infrastructure. Additionally, the earthquake that struck the region in 2015 further compounded the damage, with many schools either partially or completely destroyed. The government has developed a plan for the repair and restoration of damaged schools in these districts, with the following key steps. First, the KPK Education Department, in collaboration with UNICEF and other international partners, launched a school reconstruction program in the affected districts. Over 150 schools in North and South Waziristan have been restored in the last 2 years, with plans to restore more schools in the coming year. Efforts are being made to improve security in these areas to ensure that schools are safe for both students and teachers. Security measures are being implemented in collaboration with law enforcement agencies. Plus, over 500 teachers in North and South Waziristan were trained between 2018 and 2022 to handle trauma-sensitive teaching and integrate psychosocial support in classrooms. The new schools being constructed are designed to be earthquake-resistant and structurally sound to prevent future damage from natural disasters. In areas where schools are completely destroyed or cannot be rebuilt immediately, temporary learning centers and mobile schools have been set up to ensure continuity of the education of the children. The provincial government is working closely with various NGOs and international agencies to ensure the timely restoration of educational facilities and provide additional resources. International organizations such as UNICEF contributed technical and financial support to the tune of $10 million between 2016 and 2020 for the education rehabilitation in the tribal areas. Honorable Speaker, the government is committed to restoring normalcy to the educational landscape in North and South Waziristan. and will continue to prioritize the reconstruction of schools, ensuring that children in these areas can access quality education in a safe and conducive environment. I hope that answers the query. Thank you.
Honourable Member, are you satisfied with the Minister's response?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, question number 203 of Mr. Aman Alam, MPA. Mr. Aman Alam, MPA, please. Mic on kar do.
السلام علیکم. زه امان علم د جنوبي وزیرستان سره تعلق لرم. زه نن یو په ډېر اهم ټاپک باندې چې خبره کول غواړم چې په انګریزي شعر ته چایلډ لیبر او په مورانۍ ژبه شعر ته په بچینو مزدوري کول یایي. موږ سوال سوشل ویلفیر سره د سوشل ویلفیر ته دا دی موږ دا پښتنه دو جنې چې د دهشتګردۍ په جنګ شي چې کیم سکولونه ړنګ شوي یا کیم ډیمیج شوي ګورنمنټ هغه جوړول کې کوم اقدامات وخوستي دي.
Honourable Minister for Relief, Rehabilitation and Settlement, respond, please.
Honourable Speaker, esteemed members, I thank the distinguished member for raising this very important question. These are the following steps that our department has taken to rehabilitate as well as reconstruct schools. We have done comprehensive damage assessment to identify and evaluate the extent of the destruction that has occurred. We covered infrastructure, teaching materials, and the overall learning environment, how that has been affected. And over the past several years, we have successfully reconstructed and repaired more than 250 schools in the affected areas, including North Waziristan, South Waziristan, and other conflict-impacted regions. These schools have been rebuilt with modern infrastructure to meet educational needs and to ensure that they are safe and are resilient to future challenges as well. In cases where full reconstruction has not yet been completed, temporary learning centers have been established to ensure that education is not halted. These centers are equipped with the necessary learning materials and infrastructure to facilitate education for children in these areas. Our department has partnered with NGOs and international organizations such as UNICEF and World Bank to provide technical support and additional funding to the rehabilitation and reconstruction progress. This collaborative approach has helped in rebuilding trust, encouraging community participation, and in the recovery of education in the affected areas. In addition to rebuilding the physical infrastructure, the government has provided educational materials such as textbooks, computers, and teaching aids to the newly reconstructed schools. The government has initiated training programs for teachers in the rehabilitated schools to ensure that they are equipped with necessary skills to teach effectively, especially in a post-conflict setting. Our government remains fully committed to rebuilding the educational infrastructure in these conflict-affected areas. The efforts aim not only to restore education, but also that these schools are safe, sustainable, and capable of providing quality education in future hardships as well. Thank you.
Honourable Member, are you satisfied with the Minister's
Yes, I am
response?
satisfied.
Thank you. Question number 204 of Mr. Saad, MPA. Mr. Saad, MPA, please. इनका mic on कर दे.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to talk. Will the Minister of Elementary and Secondary Education state that what are the department plans to ensure that children in rural areas have digital access for education purpose? Thank you.
Honourable Minister for Elementary and Secondary Education, respond, please. Minister Saiba.
Honourable Speaker, esteemed members, I thank the distinguished member for raising this important issue regarding digital access for children in rural areas. The government is fully committed to ensuring that children in rural areas have access to digital education, tools, and resources. To achieve this, the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education is implementing the following strategies. 1. The government is working on expanding high-speed internet connectivity to rural areas, collaborating with telecom companies to ensure that schools and communities in these areas can access online learning platforms and resources. Around 10,000 students in remote areas benefited from the improved internet access. The department is providing computers, laptops, and digital tools to rural schools. Over 100 schools have already received the ICT equipment, with plans to equip more schools in the underserved areas. We are introducing e-learning platforms that can be accessed by both teachers and students in the rural schools. These platforms offer digital lessons, assignments, and educational materials to enhance learning opportunities. The KP government has partnered with organizations like Sabak Foundation to create a digital learning platform offering free educational video and lessons. A major focus is on training the teachers in rural areas to use digital tools effectively. Over 1,000 teachers have been trained so far, enabling them to integrate technology into their classrooms. In areas with limited or no access to electricity, the government is providing solar-powered digital systems to ensure that students can still benefit from digital learning opportunities without power constraints. The government is conducting community awareness campaigns as well to emphasize the importance of digital education and encourage parents to support their children's access to digital tools. To further promote digital education, the KP government established the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Digital Learning Hub as well. Honorable Speaker, by implementing these initiatives, the government is making significant strides towards ensuring that children in rural areas have equal access to digital education, empowering them with the tools and knowledge to succeed in the 21st century. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Minister Saiba. Honorable member, does that satisfy your question?
Yes, I am satisfied with the answer.
Thank you. The question hour is over. Now the next agenda item number 3 is taken. इन मेंबर्स आज की असम्बली से इन्होंने रुखसती के लिए दरख्वास्त अरसल की है। सबसे पहले जनाब गुलाम सरवर MPA एक यौम आज के दिन रुखसती की दरख्वास्त की है। Those in favor may say yes. Those against it may say no. Noes have it. The leave is therefore not denied. Janab Umar Farooq Khalil, MPA. Janab Farooq Ahmed, MPA. Janab Hazrat Muhammad, MPA. Those in favor of their leave may say yes. Those against it may say no. Noes have it, the leave is therefore not declined. Is it the desire of the House that the leave is now granted? Next on our agenda, we have item number 7, call attention notices. Mr. Aman Alam, MPA, to please move his call attention notice number 19 in the House. Mr. Aman Alam, MPA, please.
Assalamu alaikum. زه امان عالم د جنوبي وزیرستان سره تعلق لرم. نن په یو ډېر اهم په خبره باندې په ټاپک باندې یو خبره کول غواړو او یو کوېشن کول غواړو. مو دغه د کوېشن هیلث کیر ډپارټمنټ سره دی یا منسټري سره دی. زه د ایوان توجه یو ډېر اهم مسلې ته اړول غواړم دا دو چې په زم اضلاع خصوصي طور باندې په جنوبي وزیرستان شي د هسپتال ډېره کامي دو د انتهایی امرجنسي په حالات چې مرګ په غوړه مریضونو ته پېښور ریفر کیږي ویساپورا د هسپتال جوړولو لپاره وزیرستان هیلث پروجیکټ او ایمرجنسي پلان فور وزیرستان په قومي سطح باندې څه نه دي کړي که چې کړي هم وي هغه وجہ سے ویچ پورا ہوں وزیرستان خلق ویس پورا ہوں پشاور تا علاج پورا رو درمی
Shukriya MPA Saab. Minister Health, please respond.
Honorable Speaker Saiba and esteemed members of the Assembly, as a response regarding the advancements of health in the Waziristan district, I would like to put forward some initiatives taken by my government. First of all, the government has initiated plans to re-establish emergency responsible units in key locations not only in the north and south of Waziristan but also in central Waziristan. There have also been policies initiated with international organizations, for example, the World Health Organization, that initiated the emergency health plan in Waziristan, which pushes for measurable outcomes. We've also provided assistive devices such as hearing aids, wheelchairs, and braille books to children with disabilities to enhance their ability to access education and other services. The child protection units are specifically trained to support children with disabilities, ensuring that they are protected from abuse as well as exploitation. These units provide counseling, rehabilitation, and as well as legal support to disabled children in need. We are also conducting awareness campaigns to promote the rights of children with disabilities and to inform the public about available services. We've also built various health centers, for example, the basic health units and the RHCs, about 1,500 out of which 50 are district hospitals and 250 are rural health centers. I would also like to put forward that efforts are being made to improve the accessibility of public spaces, healthcare facilities, and transportation for children with disabilities. Honorable Speaker, the government is fully committed to ensuring that children with disabilities have equal access to social services, education, healthcare, and protection. I would also like to put forward that for the fiscal year 2025, the budget for Pakistan is 18.9 trillion rupees, out of which 1,770.2 billion is incorporated for education and 75 billion incorporated for health. So I'll be ensuring you that advances regarding health will be incorporated in districts like Waziristan. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister Sahiba. MPA Saab, do you have anything to say about the response? MPA Sahib ka mic on kar de.
I am not satisfied from the answer. زه دا ویل نه سټیسفاید کیږم دغه وجه څه دا دو چې وزیرستان چې دغه چې میج هیلث جوړ کړی دي میج هسپتالونه جوړ کړی دي میج هیلث یونټ ورلاجلې دي لیکن دغه په باوجود هم وزیرستان خلک پېښور ته علاج ته ویلې رودرمي پېښور چې داسې چې دي چې په وزیرستان کې نشته زه خپل دا کوېشن سټینډینګ کمیټي ته ورپریفر کاوه.
Honorable Minister Sahiba, do you agree or disagree?
Okay, I disagree. I stand by my opinion, as I believe not only have I touched every strand regarding the acts as well as the initiatives taken, for example, the provision of healthcare. That's why I disagree with his opinion. Thank you.
Motion before the House is that call attention number 19 moved by Mr. Amar Alam. MPA may be referred to the standing committee. Those who are in favor of it may say yes. Those who are against it may say no. Noes have it. The motion is therefore defeated.